we're alive, but as always, we have to wait for the first ad break. But... Okay.
Now remember, I'm
That's weird.
stupid right now.
Yeah, you're basically drunk and stupid because you went down the pipe.
This is gonna be fun again.
Nothing of value was lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't even take that as a save.
Ooh, that was fast. I have to scroll down the session notes in case I have to look back up. Okay. And ad break is now. Okay, that's working. That's all working. Nice. Then you have a minute of ad, and then we can do the whole things. Ugh. And that's the minute of silence done. Congratulations, we all remembered our dead. Wait, that was a few weeks ago. All right, people. Now that we're fully live and out of the air break, we can finally start. Hello, everyone. I am your Dungeon Master Kotlol, and this is D&D with your Dungeon Master Kotlol. And that's the intro for this time. Today, we are joined by an adventurer group that, well, you'll see it by yourself. We are joined by Poppy. Poppy?
Hello.
We are joined by Lucas.
Greetings and salutations.
We are joined by an Osius.
Salutations and greetings.
And we're joined by an Amberlyn.
Hi there.
And it's time for the recap. Last time, the group decided to do some cultural studies about the Drow, but also about the Drugar. And, well, they didn't learn anything new about the Drow, but the Drugar, yeah, you just have to be really nice, compliment the beard, and give him a good ale that could knock him out. That should appease them. The other part of the group went to go buy some items for some spells, as well as some rings. Amberlyn, you bought a sapphire staff, which you couldn't handle fully, but you did let it beat you. You were stubborn. You held on. After you also bought a lot of good things. After you got some jasmine for Poppy's mother, which you know, had to interact with and learn a bit more about the ale. After that, you essentially were told maybe it was something at the Institute of Arcane Sustaining. And, two of you decided to fly down a chimney, and, yeah, that was a misadventure. Because now one of you is really, 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 really dumb. They might only have
the other one was already dead.
As for the others, you were told to go check on Green Emblem. Eventually, you walked into your not as smart friends. And that's essentially where we left off. If I'm correct. You don't have the ill yet. Correct?
I don't think so, no.
So, with that said, you have an Ifriti possessed elf who is now technically a fighter Genasi, whose intellect is 1 right now. You have your total friend and well, that says enough. You know where to go. What are you gonna do?
I think Lucas was going to make his ferret babysit me, but I'm not gonna allow that to happen because that's not fun. I'm gonna go with my friends.
So,
No.
what's the plan, people?
I'm gonna follow.
Yeah, I'll follow Emberlyn.
Okay, where are you even going? Like, where's everyone going?
I'm following Lucas. He was going somewhere. It'll be fun.
Okay. So, Poppy, Lucas, where are you going? Are you going to the 22nd floor?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, as you are on a lower floor, as you are all heading towards the 22nd floor, are you making sure that Emlyn gets on the elevator correctly? We don't want any nasty spills.
Fine.
Can I see that they're following us?
Yes.
We're not really hiding it.
Okay.
He's just being safe than sorry.
Can I
Okay.
cast silent image and make like a essentially make it look like there's another Poppy and another Lucas on a different elevator, just waving at the top.
You try-
Emblem.
Are you trying to split the party? Jeez.
Okay. You can do that. But they have to roll perception to even see it.
Oh. Dang it. Yeah,
So-
fine, let's have a go anyway.
God.
Could be funny.
We're doing some funny stuff, people. Emberlyn, Ozzia's perception check, please. Even if you see the silent images.
Is it affected by my intelligence
Yep.
being down?
So that's a -2 on perception. I think it's wisdom.
Yeah, perception is wisdom, I believe. So
Oh, no, minus.
I see it, Moon. But I have to wait for Emberlyn before I can do anything. 19. Ironically, they both see him very easily, but Moon, you do notice that they just appeared on the elevator, so that's kind of suspicious.
I don't remember Lucas being able to teleport.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you learned how to do it.
Nah, he's not clever enough. Let's follow the real one.
Real one. There's a fake one.
the
Oh yeah,
image
that one over there. That's fake.
Oh, that looks funny. I'm going there.
No, 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 no.
Just waving at you, beckoning you over.
What
I'm
is this?
distracted. I'm gonna go there.
I thought you wanted to stick with the group.
Nah. Until
The silent
something else
image
is
of
funny.
Poppy is holding food. I don't know.
What is what?
Why?
What? We're trying to save the world here. Well, I guess. Isn't that the quest of any quest? Anyway, you decide to keep. I guess you all head up to the 22nd floor. You come down.
Not.
Huh?
I'm not. I'm distracted by the other images.
You're on the elevator. Are
Oh,
you getting off the
Nice.
elevator then?
Yes, I am.
As he asks, are you following her or are you gonna let her go on her own path? Ozzy's just like, we need to cure this intellect thing. And the party
This is funny.
and thus the party is split again. Nobody heard that, Z.
God damn it, this microphone.
Just turn off audio gating.
How does that even work?
Just in your Discord setting. You know what? I'll do it for you right now. Because this is getting Z annoying.
How's your computer? And Discord.
Input sensitivity set to 0. Just turn it off. Yeah. And just put it all the way to the left. It will never cut off.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we'll hear everything though.
Okay.
That will stop the cutting off.
Huzzah!
Hooray!
Because every time she does a high-pitched voice, for some reason the microphone just quits it. Anyway, the party splits in two with
As
two...
I was saying, Lucas!
See, no, he didn't get cut off.
You'll thank me later.
Let me roll something real quick.
Oh god.
I want to see which floor they get off.
Oh no.
Okay.
Every player's word dreaded words like, let me roll something real quick.
You.
Oh yeah. Where did they get off? Ah, 18th floor explosives. Oh shit.
They get off at the 7th floor. Not that high up. So, the party is split. Thank you, Lucas.
Idiot.
Hooray.
Okay. So, Ozias, Emberlyn, you are now on the 7th floor. There appears to be many many hallways and doors with different types of colorations.
Which colors?
All kinds of colors.
I'll pick the purple one.
I'll pick the red one. Fire.
Are you two splitting off as well?
Well, red is my favorite color.
So, Ozzy, you going to purple and she's going to red?
No, I'll stick with this dum-dum.
You would think she picks orange because fire is more orange than red, but okay. Common misconception.
There's also an orange door. I'm gonna try both.
Okay. Do you want to try the red door?
Yeah.
You try to open the door and click, 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 click. It's locked.
I'm gonna fireball it. I wanna go in.
I would like to point out, I know you're stupid, but you're gonna fireball a door at point blank.
Oh, good lord.
Okay. Oh, okay, okay. You try to cast a spell, and when you're about to throw the fireball, it fizzles out.
Oh, that's no fun.
You'd probably think, oh, well, you would think, but you don't think, so you don't. But obvious, when you try to see her cast fireball and fizzles out, you're like, right, we're in a magical building with magical people doing magical experiments. There's probably some sort of magic, a safety field that doesn't allow things to go kaboom near unstable experiments.
Huh. That's crazy.
That's no fun.
Let's go.
That's not fun. No, I want to play a game.
I know a game. Let's figure out who can find Lucas first.
Or we play hide and seek, and I cast invisibility.
I grab your arm.
Okay, Evelyn, you're being grabbed. What do you do?
Well, could he still see me because I'm invisible? If that spell works.
I would
Or does he
like
just
to
grab the
make
air?
you. I would like to have you throw an intelligence check to see even if you cast it correctly this time, because it's not instinctual for you.
Oh.
And yes, you have 1 intelligence, so that's a -2 on your intelligence check.
Okay. -1.
15. Despite your weakened state, you do cast invisibility. Celsius, dude, you'd like to find them.
Yes.
Perception check. $14. What is your spell DC, Emberlyn?
Oh, what do you mean with spell DC?
Spell DC means that's the spell check they have to roll to make sure they can beat your spells.
Save DC?
Spell
Yes.
DC, yeah.
17.
So he can't find you because your spell DC is too high. So you see Emberlyn go invisible. You try to grab for her, but you have no idea where she is. So you're grabbing blindly. Contested dexterity throw for both of you, but Ozzy has disadvantage because he can't see you. Ten to beat.
I hate Lucas.
Oh! Osseous! Even though you have no idea where Emberlyn went, you just go swipe out in their drunken stupor sort of thing. You grab something of an invisible arm and hold it.
Oh, you found me already.
Yep.
You're no fun at all.
I know. Let's find Lucas.
No, we still have the orange door.
Okay, we'll try the orange door.
Do you want to try the orange door?
Yeah.
Click, click. It is also locked. What a surprise. It's like all these rooms probably unlocked for a very good reason.
Can you open it?
I tried to open a door.
Click, click. It's locked.
It's locked.
Yeah, but can you try to open it?
I tried. It's locked.
Is there a keyhole? Or
Yes.
anything?
Yes, there's an obvious keyhole in the door.
I can actually see what's inside.
Do you want to peek in the keyhole?
Yes.
Perception check. These doors seem a bit simple for the times, considering this is a magic city. Why are they magical doors? Yeah, probably reason. These painted steel-like doors do have a keyhole, and you peer through it to see what's on the other side. And inside, you see all kinds of orange fabrics stored. It's all just orange
Pretty.
fabrics.
That is really pretty. I try to Misty Step in.
Yeah, the moment you try to misty step through, your spell fizzles out. You get blocked.
This building is no fun. Let's go outside.
It's like it's an institute of magical use and expect magical use to do these kind of shenanigans.
Well, I don't know. I don't know where I am.
No, you don't know.
I'm gonna go outside.
How are you gonna go outside? You're in the middle of the building right now.
I'm just gonna walk in a random direction.
Ozzy, yes.
Seems about the right direction. I'm going to follow.
Yeah. You, for some reason, stray off to the teal path. Yeah, teal. You know, bit of
I don't
greenish
know
blue.
if that's bad.
And you just walk through it and walk through it, and then you come across the green path. What do you do?
Are there any windows?
There are a few.
We can fly out. That'll be fun.
No.
If the building's no fun at all.
Ozzy, Ozzy.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Do you open one of the windows and you decide I'm gonna jump through it? Okay. Tell me, how long ago did you cast Flight? How long does it last?
Uh, 1 minute.
So you're now going out of the window without casting Flight, if I'm correct.
I was thinking about that, and probably I'm gonna jump before I cast it. Yes. Right now.
Okay, so it takes one turn. I need to do some maths.
Oh dear.
He is
I both regret everything and nothing.
Okay.
I
No.
really hope I remember to twin the spell on Osseous.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so 10, 8.
Would be a glorious end to my character.
Okay, so that would be the falling speed. Okay. So, Ozzy, do you fall out through the window?
Yep.
Okay. You both jump out the window, and it takes you a moment before you want. So, how long do you think it would? So, okay, I'm gonna have to roll because first up, you need to You need to do a reaction roll. Make a dexterity saving throw for reaction, Amberlyn.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh dear.
You're on the 7th floor. A floor is about 10 feet. Your falling speed is about the same speed as your walking speed for 5 seconds. You may be even faster. It takes you almost one full turn to even realize you should be casting flight, and another turn before you can cast it full to its completion in midair. I might say, you're gonna be in. I'm gonna have to roll something. See if you're fast enough to roll it. Nope. Okay. I need to grab this. I need to grab the sheets that I didn't think I'd have to grab, but falling damage.
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
1d6 bludgeoning per 10 feet fallen up to a maximum of 20d6.
So
Oh, look,
70.
his fault.
Yep.
So 76. Oh, 7d6. You both take 28 bludgeoning damage for jumping out of a window and being too slow.
Oh, that's not too much.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Still hurts like a mother trainer, but ouch. You do notice people
Is that
looking
supposed
at
to
you.
happen? My ass confused.
Oh.
That was interesting.
It does hurt very much falling from 7 stories high to the ground. It may have not killed you, but it still hurts, and you don't want to do that again.
Can we do it again?
Okay.
I say you don't want to do that again. By the way, you both
Okay,
can
no
fly now.
gain.
By the way, you both can fly now because flight does eventually take effect after you hit the floor.
Wait,
It's
you
fun, I'm gonna
completed the
fly
cast?
up.
That's weird.
Basically, she gets gases right after, but pain. So, with those two idiots outside, we go back inside to Lucas and Poppy.
We're on the
You
22nd floor already, I think.
Yeah, by then you're about on the 22nd floor. You get off, and this floor has a peculiar smell in the air. Poppy, you can't really you've smelled this a few times before, but you can't really discern it, considering you don't go much to breweries, but you may have smelled it before, but you don't have it. Lucas, you've probably been close enough to breweries, or at least a pub where the alcohol was spilled everywhere before because of a bar fight. This is a floor is a full-on brewery. You recognize it.
I'm just gonna take in a nice deep breath and go. Ah, memories.
Cat. So, we need to write this down real quick.
Smells like Pops' cellar.
Sounds like he had excellent taste then.
So,
Right.
we need to look
Lead me to find someone called Green Emblem.
in room C5.
In room C5, yes.
You should probably ask around, see if someone knows about it.
And if you're wondering why nobody stopped jumping out the windows, don't worry. There is people did seem to jump out the windows, but they're fine. Some people just went on their merry way. So don't think bystanders didn't see that. It was just, what the? Okay, they're fine. Whatever. This city's weird, so they understand that these weird things can happen. Anyway, do you want to look around for someone? Perception, please.
Perception. Where the hell? Ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, now it works again. Okay. Jesus. Last time it wasn't working.
Cat, could you not put your butt in front of there? Careful with the microphone, Cat. I know. I can't read the rules right now because this cat here doesn't want to move.
Tabaxi.
Cat, move. You have food. Move. Finally. There. Leave the microphone alone. So, perception, 19 and 18. You both look around. There are a few people walking around. They're mostly wearing gloves, goggles, and some sort of face mask. And yeah, they all look like they're doing stuff within this place. But you can easily approach one of them.
I go up to the nearest one and poke their hand, if they're at their side. Otherwise, I poke the nearest thing
Mm-hmm.
from their person.
Yeah, then you poke their arm. The person turns around and looks at you. Can I help you? The voice is a bit muffled because of the face mask.
Makes sense. Yeah, we're looking for Brewery C5, right? Right, Lucas?
Yes, C5 and a person by the name of Green Emblem.
Ah, green emblem. You do need yes, you might need protective gear or at least keep your distance. C5 should be the hallway to your left.
Okay.
And if
Is
they
there
Um,
somewhere we can get protective gear?
should be next to the door if there's any left.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
And I'm gonna move the cat
you.
by bribing her. Cat has been bribed. So, you head down the hallway to the left and head towards the brewery C5. Eventually, you do find a large metal door saying C5 on it with a large handle. It's a sliding door.
Okay. Go in, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any protective gear on or around the door?
Mm-hmm. Well, not where you are, probably on the other side of the door.
Ah,
Mhm. So, do you open the door C5?
yep, I'm going to open the door and check the other side.
You slide the door slowly aside, and as you open it, you feel a breeze of cool air coming over you. And inside is a small room with another metal door. With, to your left side, yes, on your left side, several goggles, gloves, and face masks.
Okay.
It's a small room. There's not really much. There's no one in here except another door with protective gear.
Okay, so it's more like an airlock kind of situation, essentially.
Yes. That's-
Decontamination room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. You know what? Let's take sensible precautions. Let's get some protective gear on first, and then we'll go
Okay.
in.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you both decide to find anything that fits you, but which shouldn't be too hard. You find some gloves. You put some goggles on and a face mask to cover your face, and it is not too. It's easy to breathe in. It's not the most comfortable thing you've ever worn, but let's be real. It's for safety. Comfortability is
Okay.
probably a second or third priority.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you close the door behind you, or do you open the door in front of you?
Probably close the door behind us.
Good.
Yeah.
Slide the door closed because it's another way to slide it closed. And then you look at the other door that is not marked C5, and it's also another sliding door.
Okay.
Who opens it?
Lucas will open it.
Okay. As you put your hand on the bar, you do feel through the gloves a cold sensation. This door is really cold, and if you weren't wearing gloves, that you're not 100% sure, could have caused you a freezer burn on your hands.
Feels like it's extremely cold in the next room.
So do you open the door?
Okay, prestidigitation says you can chill, warm, or flavor up to a cubic foot of non-living material for an hour. Can I use it to essentially warm our clothes up before we head in there? Just to try and take the edge off the chill.
Yes, you can.
Excellent. Warm place. And we go in.
So you open the sliding door?
Yep.
Yeah.
Slowly open the door, and then you feel the cold air coming from the other side as a sort of mist-like substance bathes you completely. When the door's fully open, you can not make out anything within the room right away, but you do step in, and eventually the mist settles, and you see several metal walls covered in a white substance, ice-like substance, with several and in the deeper within the large room, you see, how would you call them? Several, not kegs, the distillation barrels, what you would call them, not the actual
Yeah.
barrels, but you know what I mean, the big
The
distillation
ones
devices.
that they're lined up on the wall. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like.
Bats, is it?
Yeah,
I
vats.
think they're vast. Yeah.
Yeah, distillation vats. And in the middle you see, and then in the middle of the room you see a long table with all kinds of alchemic stuff, and some people all working on it. And can you both of you roll a nature check?
Nature. 1 second.
It's not my fault, eh?
Mm-hmm. Lucas, you know that this kind of cold air would freeze most liquids right away, but all the liquids they're working on are not frozen. Poppy, you know from the fact that how cold it is here, you know that everything within those should just be frozen, but they're probably being somehow, or some sort of chemical reaction is being used to keep them in a liquid form, and they're definitely brewing something that requires coldness for some reason. You don't know what, but
Yeah. Might just be a liquid that has a lower freezing
Yeah.
point.
or maybe what they're working on is very flammable. Therefore, they need to keep it very cold.
That or.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you close the door?
Probably a smart idea.
Okay, you close the door in between.
Slide.
Bonk. People working there, a few of them look your way, but they're instantly going back to the work. They don't seem to
Bothered.
to be bothered by you. You're wearing safety gear, so they understand that you know your safety precautions.
Probably a good thing that those two weren't here then.
Mm-hmm. No,
Or
but
at
to be
least Edinburgh.
fair, if they would have tried going without protection gear, it would have not been very, very nice for them either.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
I'm going to ask around and see if someone here will point me in the direction of Green Emblem.
Probably a good idea.
Okay, so you're gonna go there. So you look around and well, they're all wearing very protective gear, even more than you guys are. Most of them all wearing some sort of uniform of some sort, for some reason or another. And none of them look disturbed or confused of you being there without any uniform on. They just seem to be doing their work. But nothing that would assume that they are Green Emblem.
I may as well ask someone who doesn't appear to be too busy.
There appears to be someone writing down numbers on a pressure gauge. That's probably the one who seems the least busy.
Okay, I walk over and lightly tap him on the side of his leg.
The person is around. Yes. What is the matter?
Is Green Emblem around?
Ah, Green Emblem. They're supposed to be working over there, and the one who's working on the red and blue liquid over there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I go back to Lucas and say, "It's that guy over there," while pointing.
Good work, Poppy. I'll go over and bother him or interrupt him.
So how do you interrupt them? I mean, you said you're interrupting them, but I don't know how you're interrupting them. How are you going to present yourself to them?
But for Poppy, I guess I'm just going to very gently and politely tap them on the shoulder.
The person swiftly turns around, and the moment they're looking at them and looking you over, you have this weird sensation you're being judged. Roll me an insight.
I'm used to this, I think, but let's find out why.
You get a sense of this person does have a bit of a "how dare you interrupt me" kind of sensation. You don't know why, you don't know what, but this person is definitely a bit ticked off that you interrupted them by tapping them on the shoulder.
I have offended someone with my existence. Again, I'm used to this.
You see them folding their arms. It's like, okay, outsiders, what do you want? Come on.
I need a small favor.
Favors. Always favors with you outsiders. Okay. You come here for the brewery for some reason. Let me guess. You need the finest of wines to appease your king so they will not destroy your grandmother's farm.
No.
Okay.
No?
Okay. How about this one? You need to hold a banquet that would make sure that needs the best beer that would lull the evil emperors to sleep, so you can finally take over the throne of both empires and cause peace along the world. Trust me, I've heard it all before.
What? No.
No. Would you like us to tell you, or do you want to have a third guess and waste more time?
It has to do something with dwarves, isn't it?
Durgars, actually.
Correct. Yes.
The Drugar, so those folk.
Uh-huh.
We are after a suitably potent and impressive cask of ale, so that we can hopefully persuade them to stop the mind flayers from wiping you out. Heard that one before?
No, but I did hear one before of I want to convince the Drugar to mine some gems for me. Didn't turn out well for that person.
No, I can imagine not.
So the mind flayer problem. Yes, I've heard about it to a degree. To be fair, it would just be easier to just dump a bunch of acid upon those unfortunate haps. To make such acid would probably take, depending how much volume, I'd say 9 months minimal. Meh. Maybe a year and a half. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's just an acid route. I'm guessing you're using this for a more faster method than 9 months.
Yes, our timetable has got a bit more crunch than the acid plan, though if you want to start on it as a drawback, in case we should fail, feel free.
I should probably ask the War Master about that. Guys, Anyway, a strong ale that would appease the Drugar. Any specific type of Drugar are we talking about here?
There's a difference?
Well, yes. Depending, certain Drugar have different tastes. Some like a specific type of fruit or spice mixed into the drink that it has a bit of flavor. You can give them the most strongest drink, but if it has no flavor, they will just say like, well, I'm about to be knocked out, but I'm not appeased because my taste buds don't feel like anything. Though in some cases, some Drugar do respond well to that because it means they think it's so strong that it killed their taste buds for a moment. It's kind of funny like that.
It's well, first of all, it's the Duergar that you've been dealing with that you have you allow to mine areas and give them gold. Second off, all I read in the book was that they prefer alcohol potent enough to essentially knock them silly. So the stronger the better. But if you have a specific taste that you would recommend we try using, I'm all ears.
As I said, it depends. Let's say you want to impress a foreman that wants to mine. You want to give them a taste of the outside. Something more sweet, something with a strong sweet kick to that. That will make a Drugar foreman go like, well, this is the best thing I've ever had. And of course, it has to be a specific type of strength to give it a kick. Because miners tend to, deal with explosions, that kind of thing. So you don't want the flavor to be exploding in their mouth. You want it to wave it over, and also have the alcohol wave it over them, and then eventually they knock out. That is how you appease a foreman. But General, on the other hand, they wanted to get things done fast as possible. So you need a strong, bitter kick with a strong, potent alcohol kick that will make him go, yeah, it felt like I took a punch in the face. Perfect. That is how they do it. And royalty, they're very, very classy. And depending on what kind of royalty you're dealing with, or what kind of nobility, they are very hard to appease, and that can be from anything from a simple sour taste with a small kick to just give them plain old alcohol and they will call it a day because they think it's super fancy.
I have a feeling we're probably going to have to try and meet with a general to meet with, presumably their royalty, whoever's in charge. Would it be possible to get the bottle of each?
Oh, simply bottles.
Or a cask of each? Or...
Well, depends. Can you even... Well, if you have a cask, you need a cart to bring it to them. And to go across the Underdark with a cart is... if you have to go off-road, which I know you're gonna have to, it is gonna be quite... How would I say? Treacherous, and making sure that the barrel doesn't shake too much. If I'm thinking of a specific ale, that one could theoretically, with the wrong reactions, have a tendency to actually explode. Not explode as in fire explosion, more like a spontaneous expanding of the liquids that would pour all over things, and you basically would have a wine rain for at least a minute.
I have a bag of holding. How does that factor into the equation?
How? Well, I don't think it can hold it. Let's just say this. Points towards the large kegs on the wall. See those things? Do you think you can fit one of those large things into a bag of holding? I do not think so. Try about a quarter of it, and then you still can't fit that in there, do you? Passive perception, you pretty much look at this, it's like, yeah, those are large holding tanks, and even if I take a quarter of it, you can't even stretch the bag that far to even get a part of it in.
Admittedly, as you pointed out, outside, I was thinking like small casks that you could get in local taverns. Maybe we should go with like bottles. I think you have a good point there.
So let me guess. That I can get you 2 of those large bottles that you require. But there is one little thing that you need to do for me.
Of course there is. Which is?
You are a pure human, correct? As we would call it.
Well, you'd have to ask my parents, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay, good. You see Green Emblem looking around and then picks a small bottle of liquid and hands it to you. Take a sip.
Seriously?
Yes. Don't worry, it is just flavoring. There is no alcohol in it yet.
Oh. That's somewhat disappointing. I'll take a sip.
You pull down the mask and you feel a little bit of the cold air on your lips. And then you take a sip. And then it takes you a moment. You get a bit of a sour appley taste. And you think like, this is good apple. And right when you want to say, this tastes like apple, then you sense a taste that you've never tasted before. You would describe it first as sweet, but then also bitter. And something, it's just unknown to you. You can only describe it as sweet or sweet and bitter at the same time.
Hmm. Enough of that.
So, anything that is, do you recognize any of it?
Tasted like apples, and sweet and bitter at the same time. Yeah. Weird.
Yes. Don't worry. This is a flavor we're still working on. It has no side effects, but it is made from a specific fruit that is, let's just say something of our own design. A little bit of the right fruit here, combined with certain chemicals, let it still, freeze it, then cook it, then boil it, then freeze it again. Little bit of mixing and you get a new flavor. And I'm guessing you cannot recognize the flavor in any way, shape, or form because it's unknown to you. Correct? Except the apple part.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Good. That is what I expected for a human to taste. As I said, everyone's taste buds work differently, and let's say this one is it's so far proving very potent for certain species. Now, I will get you your ales. Please wait outside for at least 10 minutes for me to prepare everything. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
So there's a cat in the way. He's doing the whole I want to sleep on the mouse mat thing, but it says like no sleeping on the mouse mat. Okay.
Did he give that stuff to me in like a vial? What?
Put it right here.
Oh.
So, you leave the room, put the protective gear back, etc., right? That's double
Yeah.
checking. I'm looking mostly at Lucas for this.
Did he ask for the rest of the liquid back?
He put the liquid back, he took it back from you.
Fair enough.
Like, why would you drink flavoring?
Oh.
Like, I'm gonna steal this ale that's technically not ready and is only flavoring. Mm-hmm.
Might want to taste it again?
So,
yes, I
okay.
guess we wait.
Okay, while you're waiting, group outside that hit the ground. What are you doing?
Ah, that hurt.
You're hurt. Yeah.
At least we're outside, and then we can fly. That's good.
Anyone to do it again for some reason?
Oh yeah. You said you wanted to go again, right?
No.
Oh, you did say that. Or I can't remember, I don't know.
So,
Why? Wait, am I still invisible as well?
yeah, you're visible. You mean he grabbed you, so when he grabs you, there's contact, and when there's contact, the spell fades. It basically was an attack.
I cast Cure Wounds on you. Grumble.
Congratulations, you get a little bit healed. You healed 21 of the bludgeoning damage you took.
It tickles.
It's not supposed to tickle.
Well, you touched me, didn't you? Or you didn't?
That's true.
Yeah.
But in an appropriate and consensual way.
On the back.
I have no idea what those words mean.
That's fine. I tolerate you anyway.
It's a difficult word. Now let's play a game.
Yes, let's play Find the Lucas.
Let's look at.
Who's Lucas? Oh dear.
Ay. Find the poppy?
Spell. What is pop? Is it a thing?
Poppy was the small one.
Oh, one. I don't know what you're talking about.
Shit.
This is really starting. Oh, this is really starting to gnaw at you, isn't it?
I can fix this. But it would cost me more money than I want to spend on this.
Okay, let's try to play a game again. I cast invisibility.
Oh no, again.
Do you succeed?
Well, you need. The thing is, they do succeed. Well, yeah, they have already cast it before, so they can now do it. It's like it's only once. Otherwise,
Okay.
what do you do, Moon? Man, you really have to think about this.
I don't even know if she's close enough to me to grab, so...
Perception check.
Grumble, grumble.
Once again, vanished without a trace.
Oh, I sit down.
You sit down.
Yep, nothing I can do.
You don't even want to contact someone.
No?
Okay. You won't even go, Erica! Everybody's really stupid now.
She'll just say what's new. And it looks like I no longer have sending because I used those spell slots.
Okay, so you're basically... Well, time to have some tea on the ground at the crater I just made.
Yep.
Well, we'll come back to that later, I guess. They're not forgetting to say level now. Oh, no. Nobody operates at the fairy level. Nobody operates at the fairy level. There's a difference. Emberlin is stupid because of a magical effect. The fairy is just chaotic stupid. By choice.
I can't fix chaotic stupid.
But
Nor
you can't-
artificial stupidity.
But yet you solved it.
So, others inside the building. After 5 minutes, out of one of the rooms, well, you think it's Green Emblem comes out and holding 2 large bottles of ale with a strong cork with some big corks on it, and then hands them out to you. Okay, kept my word.
Thank you.
Okay, just one thing. The bottle on the right, the blue one, the other one is a brown, the other bottle's a brown one. Whatever you do not heat it past 80 degrees. Basically, 80 degrees Celsius, let's just say this. It will have a violent eruption, though if you do, it will have a violent eruption, and if you shake the bottle too much after that, the cork will basically be launched as some sort of projectile, similar to a crossbow bolt, but even faster.
really-
Duly noted.
But
Is
the flavoring will be excellent if you do that, though.
So do it. Like, okay.
Just do it at when it's time for it to be drank. Maybe a little bit in the glass, then heat the glass, and then it's good.
Okay.
So the blue one, that is for royalty. The brown one is for the general.
blue for
Okay.
the blue blood. Gotcha.
Exactly. You get exactly what I was thinking.
I do my best. Thank you very much for your assistance.
Thank you very
Oh.
much.
All right. And good luck. Guess you're gonna need it
Right.
regardless.
Yes, yes, we are. I'm going to very carefully and gingerly put the bottles into my bag of holding.
Probably a smart idea.
And you're basically done here, so you can all leave.
But yeah. I think Ozzy and MB are already downstairs, or
I guess when I heard him a moment ago. Don't see him around though. Let's go looking.
okay.
Okay, it takes you at least, I'd say, 7 minutes to make your way down and look around and see Ozzy sitting next to or inside an Ozzy-shaped crater. It depends.
What did you do?
Oh, did you? Oh,
By the way, only
Uh.
Ozzy's made the crater because of how heavy it is because of his silver shell. There's no emerald-shaped crater. That was just ow.
obvious old chap. I can't help but notice you seem to be sitting here by yourself. Where is Emberland?
I get up. I don't know. This is your fault. And I punch him in the face.
Unarmed strike. Unarmed strike. Sorry. That is a fair reaction. That is a fair reaction. 18. Does that hit?
How the fuck is this my... Ow! Oh, no.
So, but yeah, he punches you in the face.
Ah, my God.
Fair reaction. So, with that awkward strike to the nose, what is your reaction?
What was that for?
He knows what he did.
We were all sticking together. Then someone cast some freaking illusion. And now he's gone. Cast invisibility, and I don't know where.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who decided to go flying and get us stupefied in the first place?
Or
Sorry, I can't think straight at the moment. Someone just punched me in the nose.
oh, don't worry. It'll probably fix itself right up.
I start looking around.
Well, point. You're in a magical city.
I just look around in the general area around Ozzy, see if she's still around him.
Hmm. And I'm gonna ask, Amberlin, are you around or did you wander off?
Oh, when I turned invisible, it just flew off immediately because we were gonna play hide and seek in a random direction, by the way.
Okay, you look around for anything Emberlin shaped nearby, but besides all the magic in the distance that is kind of making looking around a bit hard, you don't see them at all.
Darn it! I dropped the detect magic. Stupid. So where would she go? Dummy.
What's the plan, people? Oh dear, there's no plan.
Nope.
Oh no, there's an visible, stupidly drunken Emberlin flying around the city. This is gonna go well. Moon and I are both shaking our heads in disapproval.
Maybe we should ask Erica?
Great idea.
So, how are you gonna contact Erica?
Well, I don't have sending, so I can't really do anything in that regard.
Mhm.
Lucas?
I've messaged, but as I can't see them, don't think that's going to work.
I'd like to point out you may have a way of casting it anyway, but you have to look at the specific currency you're holding. Spell slots.
I don't have the spell.
No, but there is someone who has a spell but needs spell slots. So, well, who still has one of those?
Which one is that?
A gray one.
Pretty sure I still have one. I haven't used a lot of them, so.
Well, then you can give one to Ozzy's and he can use one of the charges.
Okay.
He just needs to figure out how to make the charge and pull the charge out, but technically he could.
Okay, I take out my grace. How do you? God, I keep forgetting how this. Anyway, I grab out the
A gray keystone. Let's call it Grace Keystone for now.
keystone. Yeah, that's. I lost the phrasing for a second. Grab keystone and hold it out to Ozzius. Will this help?
I don't know. How does this work? I'll take it.
Do you want to do a quick check? Arcana check?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Ah, flat 0. Oh my god. Yep, it's a 3.
You do know that technically there's a spell slots in here, so you could technically use the magic within the stone to cast something. And when you try to figure out how, you're like, well, you always use the old overturn as a sort of device, and then it takes the spell slot. Do I need to eat one of those devices and then eat the keystone to get it to work? That makes sense. But otherwise, you have no other idea. The best idea is
I'll
try to eat.
put it in my mouth and try to cast sending.
Okay. Roll me an intelligence check, please.
Ah, another flat 1.
9. You tried to cat.
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah. It doesn't taste like. No, that's not the way. I guess you might have to go all the way back to pick up Erica.
Yeah, that's
Might
fair.
have. Maybe she went home anyway.
Yep. Well, let's go.
Okay, let's
Wait,
go.
maybe one of these people can actually tell us.
Mhm. You want to ask one of the passerbys?
Yes, I'll just take a random one.
Okay. You approach a tall lady with long hair, a single large horn, and a runestone leg. You approach
Hi.
her. Hmm? Oh,
How do
hello.
I use this?
Oh, a keystone. How do you wish to use it?
I want to cast sending.
You want to extract the power from it. You need to use an extract power incantation. It's not that hard to cast, but as considering you're here, you draw a circle with your fingers, and then you put the keystone against it, and then you drop out the power from it, and it will restore your spell, and then you can cast it.
Okay, I'll try it.
It's your first time casting it, but it seems simple enough. Okay, you want to attempt it?
Yes.
And this is a wisdom saving throw. That's not a flat for you. 20. You have to think about it for a moment. You're like, this is essentially a cantrip, isn't it? Try to do it, and like, oh, I get it. Very simply, you put the stone against it, and you draw upon one of its charges, and you restore 1 level for spell slot. It was
I
that
cast
simple.
sending.
But it is a cantrip, and if you do want to use it like this in combat, it will cost you an action because it's a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
You cast sending to who and what?
Erica. 25 words, so. Hi, Erica. A funny story. Emberlyn went really stupid. Please help. Much love, Ozzius.
Okay. With really stupid, I am suppose. Okay. With really stupid. I'm thinking. You lost the Ifriti because it became really stupid. Oh. I shall see what I can do. Where are you? And by the way,
Where to buy?
well, she's gonna wait a response, but you're like, crap, I need to use another spell slot. Do you wait a moment?
Yeah.
And then she responds, and then you get another, and then you get a sending Ozzius. Oh, you do not have another spell slot. Right. Respond to this one.
Correct. I'm at this and this location, crossing of this and this street.
You don't get a response, but you do have to sense that they're on their way.
I'm sure this crater will be visible.
Mm-hmm.
So now we wait?
I guess. Oh, and you can have this keystone back.
It's a little bit
Okay,
wet from the
thank you.
saliva from his mouth.
Slightly moist.
I just dry it off and just put it back in my bag.
Mm-hmm.
And then I plopped out to wait.
Wacht even. One moment. So, here's how it all wait. Some time passes and... Hi, cat. Some time passes, and within about half an hour, Erica and the large fairy arrive on the scene.
Hi, Ari.
Hello,
You
Erica.
know,
And I'll wave my hand.
yeah, you just the fairy seems your fairy friend seems a little out of it right now for some reason.
What happened?
Let's just say she's in her own stupor. And you see Erica wave her hand in front of the fairy's face, and no response. It's like she just follows me right now. Prefer it that way for a moment, so I did not try to undo its effects. But I do say that whatever magical device she was messing with seems to be broken. So, you've lost, Ifriti.
Yeah. We went through the chimney that makes you stupid. I didn't get too much affected, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Then we met up with these people. Lucas cast silent image somewhere. She wanted to investigate. Cast invisibility. And is gone. Might be flying.
You see Erica rub her eyes. So she flew off in a random direction, invisible, in a state where they're not able to comprehend anything.
Yes.
Hmm.
That sums it up. Well done.
I see. And what was the last thing they said?
That we were going to play hide and seek.
You see Erica just rub her eyes and like, how is it that an Ifriti that wants to put its own agenda here is letting such events happen?
I was suggesting let's find Lucas, but she didn't remember what a Lucas was.
Right. So,
Lucas, have a name.
the only way for us to detect such a thing... For the love of everything. And Erica's just really annoyed. It's like, how did she even get into this state?
Did she get into the state, Elsias?
We went through the chimney that think he's stupid.
So
We also tried a chimney that makes you cold, but we didn't like that.
I see. There must be some rub-off effect of that. The body remembers its nature, but the mind and soul is not fully in sync. Either way, let's see what I can. Let's see if I can do anything to track these. You see a thing for a moment. Cast this. Could cast this. Could cast this. If I could cast that, that would solve the problem. You see her thinking more? All right. There is a way to track her, but I am unable to cast such magics at the moment in my mortal state. And she looks around everyone. I don't think anyone is capable right now of casting this. But there is another way we can probably track her. Let's see. You see her crossing her fingers like this and meditating. I need to roll something. Is there? Was she able to pull that? Should be able to. Okay, good. It takes a moment, and Erica seems to be thinking in a vague direction, and then looks up. Lying. No, it's higher than that. I fear that she flew out of the city.
Oh no.
In fact, the only way I can sense this detection is that it is faint. I don't know where exactly, but I do know it's very much further up than above us is. So, perhaps in some sort of surface level? I guess you haven't been through the road that leads from the island towards here, correct?
No.
No.
All right then. Then I guess I have to lead you towards it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so she takes you all towards the city entrance over here, but instead of going down, she takes you towards another path that leads upwards, and it takes you at least another 10 minutes walking upwards before you, we're just gonna do something real quick. Different music. Where did I put that? Where did I put the island? Ah, crap. I can't find it, can I? Where is it? Okay, this is awkward. This just became very awkward. No, that's the leak. Okay, apparently it's not here, so I need to make it real quick. Freaking freckle. Give me a moment. I thought I had this map ready, but it turns out I didn't. Also, the music is a bit loud, so I'm turning it down. Where did you put it? Okay, give me a quick moment. Your DM has failed you.
Normally it's the other way around.
No, that's the other island that I need. God dang it. No, don't turn off the music. Eh? Thank you. Thank you for loading it finally. And giving me. Alrighty then. Give me a moment. And 3, 2, 1. Boop. There we go. There's the island.
Okay.
What was that?
That was my phone.
Okay. That so currently you're carrying a cat. So currently you are all on the island. So yeah. Cat, this is not the moment to be sitting on my hand. Please get off. Your cat's also being adorable. So you're currently on somewhere around these mountains. Cat, can you quit that, please? You're being annoying.
Yes.
You're currently over here. The group comes out over here. So you must be thinking, where's Emberlyn? So Emberlyn, you're somewhere on the island. Do you have any idea where you could be?
No.
Good. Because that will come to that. So you all come outside here and you find yourself on this moderately big island. And you think this is the island you were supposed to go if you were supposed to take the island route. That doesn't take long. You're at this mountainous area surrounded by water, and you see Erica standing at the cave entrance at the water. It's like, she looks at you. It's like, all right, follow me, and she walks over the water towards the grasslands ahead.
I follow.
Same.
As you all step, you all notice that there is some sort of invisible bridge on there.
Also look around for fire.
Yeah, Cat, could you not? So, Alona, would Emberlyn set something on fire out of frustration? Emberlyn.
Yeah, probably.
So, well,
Okay.
Or just for fun.
Perception check, Ozzius. Can you stop, kitty? Your tail's being in the way. "17. You look around for fire, and you do see a smoke plume somewhere in the southeast. About southeast-east.
Fire.
So you see the fire, so you go, fire!
Yeah. They're in the north.
Does everyone sees him pointing and well, considering you can also see the sign, you know he's not pointing north at all. It's been a while since he actually seen actual sunlight, though. It's been a few days, so it might disorientate you, but you know from standard knowledge that he's not pointing north.
Well, anyway, we know where he's pointing at, so we just go there, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So you all went headed that way.
Yeah.
So, Emberlyn, as for you, you're somewhere on the edge of some sort of small forest. You probably just shut down a tree and set it on fire just out of frustration because you have no idea where you are and you don't know what exactly happened because you were in a stupor.
How the hell did I end up here?
Well, you do know you were probably moving around out of your own, but you know you just came out of something like a drunken stupor, so you do know you were doing something, but you don't really have the grasp of what you were doing exactly. It's too vague for you. Everything's just very vague to you. You don't really remember.
Okay.
But is
Try to look around me if I recognize anything. Wasn't I in the Underdark? How did this happen?
you see the mountainous area and the distance surrounded by water and just all these trees, but nothing that looks recognizable to you.
I check if I still have all my stuff with me.
That's a good one. As far as you know, you haven't. Your stuff is just fine. But you do have a nagging feeling that you just. And when you're looking for all your stuff, you do see your ring on your finger. You have a nagging feeling that you might have said something that you're not really sure if you are embarrassed by it or flattered by it.
I've said something.
Yeah, you said something. You have said something that you both and did something that you both feel flattered, but maybe embarrassed about. You're not really sure.
Okay.
It must have been pretty awkward for you right now. It's pretty awkward for you right now to try and figure out, but you do have a sense of nostalgia with that thought. It feels a bit embarrassing, but also flattering.
Who's gonna tell her?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I should probably find out where I am. I'm gonna cast Fly and Fly Up to see the surroundings.
You try to fly? Do you still have spell slots to cast flight?
Yeah. One. Or third level. One. I use twins, Osseous.
So you try to fly. So you do that to fly and see and look around to see if you can see more.
Well, if I can see any of my party members, you know. Didn't realize I'm all
Perception check.
alone here.
Perception check.
Okay.
11. You look around from a height to see if you can recognize your party members from a distance, but how far up are you? How many feet?
Like 10 meters or something?
Okay, that's not very high. You're just above the trees in the. No, you don't see them from there. There's nothing. You don't see him at all.
Oh darn. Do I still have that mental connection with Erica?
You mean the deal
Yeah.
You never broke the deal, so technically yes.
Great. I'm gonna try to ask, where the hell are you guys?
Ah, you can finally talk again. Your mental state was broken.
What? Who
You
broke
were
it?
unable. You were unable to respond to the bond we have. Your mind was too clouded. Long story short, you're, as far as I can understand, you were stupider than the fairy could have ever been.
Do I want to know more about it?
As mortals would say, do you want to know what happened to you from your drunken night?
I have all my stuff and I'm alive. I guess I should stick with that.
Yes. We are on the way at some place that seems to be having a fire. I assume that is you.
Oh, I was frustrated, so yes.
Just sit there.
I can create some more fire if you like.
I think our host would not like their island to be burnt down.
Bad.
So do you go back down and sit and wait?
Or and I do try to remember if I remember anything while I wait.
Okay. You try to recall things. Make an intelligence check and a wisdom check. Both. Okay. I need wisdom.
Okay.
I also need wisdom.
Oh, wisdom.
One is to recall, one is to recall what it meant.
Oh, yeah.
As you sit there and wait, you try to recall the memories, and you do recall that you went down a pipe and then you got stupid, and then you wanted to put your head in a cauldron. You then confessed to something, and you try to think, and the more you try to perceive it, the more you said and admitted to that you and the turtle are engaged. You may have joked about it, but to you it felt serious for a moment. It is very embarrassing. Flattering, but very embarrassing. That the turtle thinks you're a catch. Or at least you thought that. You aren't sure, considering your intellect is now fine. It could also have been a joke, but for you at the moment, it was both embarrassing and flattering.
Oh dear.
And you also want to break into some places. You try to blow up a door, which is very, even at point blank, that would have gone very badly for you if you would have attempted that, because you would have blown yourself up to a degree. And you also remember the most awkward situation of you jumping out of a window without casting flight first and landing flat on the ground. All you just came along to for solidarity. So, yeah. And also, you want to keep playing hide and seek. And the reason you're out here is because you were trying to be hidden. And the random direction you flew out happened to lead to the surface. And you were hiding here for a moment. And when your sentence came back to you, you were like, oh. And you're like, oh, where am I? And you kind of forgot that you were playing hide and seek. Because you already forgotten you were playing hide and seek.
We'll call it a draw.
Come,
And
Betsy.
now I need a spell to make me forget all of that again.
That actually exists. It's called mind blank.
Oh.
That spell exists.
Oh.
You can blank your own mind.
I don't know if I can face Ozzy. Maybe I should just leave.
After
Oh,
some time passes, your group finds you at, well, now the smoldering pile of ash. And you see Erica looking at you, and you never thought you'd see a Wind Genie look disappointed at you. But here you are.
I just give her an angry look back.
She's like, the fairy still seems out of his like this face. And then we have Poppy, who's concerned. Lucas, who is well, Lucas, what are you doing? Are you looking? I can think Poppy's concerned, but what's Lucas thinking? What's Lucas' expression?
Probably double checking that my nose isn't broken for the 5th time.
So you're doing this. You're doing this. You're rubbing your nose. And
Yeah.
Ozzy is, well, you would look him in the face, but you kind of want to avoid eye contact with him at the moment because of the embarrassing thing you did.
Hi.
Hi. Do I remember what Lucas did?
With the sign image, you're not even sure. You wouldn't
Yeah.
even sure. You're not even sure if he was the one who casted the silent image. That you
That's
didn't
why I
see.
don't know.
So you don't know that part. You do know that they went down and then you followed them down and then you got lost. So you wouldn't even know they
Okay.
did the cast silent image. That's something Ozzy would know.
Too bad I would have punched him in the face. I look at the fairy and just ask, what's up with her?
Wood? To the fairy? Oh, you mean Silverbell, yeah. Erica goes like, she messed with things she shouldn't have. Similar to something like you, but her state is catatonic for the time being.
Okay, and so what are we doing around here? And I just
We're coming after you
oh,
because you flew off. You dummy.
I did. I remember that, unfortunately.
Here's where you are right now.
Oh, at least you're safe and sound.
Yeah.
Don't do that
I just
again.
look at Ozzy. Like
Yes. You look at Ozzy's, and Ozzy's, how do you respond to them looking at you like that? I don't know. They
Huh?
just,
What?
Emberlyn, what do you say? Anything you want to say? Anything?
no, I'm just gonna look at him awkwardly and then then just look at Poppy, like
You just pick up Poppy, okay.
no. I look at Poppy and I pick her up
Uh-huh.
and I just say, yeah, hi Poppy.
I just boop her on the head. Dummy.
That's fire on the
burn your
head.
head with that?
Yeah.
No.
Do you? Don't worry. It's the ponytail fire rule. It doesn't actually burn it if you don't want to burn her.
Does she have fire on her forehead then?
Probably not, but it's close to the fire. Oh, it's fine. Like, blink. You're fine.
I guess I deserve that.
Are we going back because we have to go find the Drugar?
Yeah,
Because we,
sure.
have-
Oh,
we have the booze.
we found it.
Yes, we got 2 bottles, one for a general and one for Rosie.
Did you try to drink it, or what happened to your face?
Well, how do you respond to the face comment?
Yes, what happened to my face, Osseous?
I punched you.
Yes, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
You see Erica just rubbing her eyes.
Poppy just walks over him, gestures for Lucas to bend down.
Yes, Poppy.
Puts her fingers
punch.
through his nose.
Oh,
Cure once.
punch again. No.
Thank you.
That help?
Much.
Okay, let's go back.
Well, you lead the way. I have no idea where to go from here.
This
Yeah,
way.
you were a bit in a stupid mode when you went here.
Yeah.
It all was because of the chimney that makes you stupid.
Yeah. Flying through chimneys might not have been the best idea.
No.
You'd
And then you
think
went invisible and flew away. It's weird.
Why
either
didn't you let me go?
I tried to grab you, but I couldn't. Couldn't see you.
Well,
Fair
it's a
enough.
shame
Erica
you can't
just-
capture those fumes and use some on the invalids. Oh,
Then Erica just pipes up. Even though this civilization might be using the remnants of what the Archmages used to make, it is clear that their magical potency is still there. I recommend to not do anything strange within the city, as it clearly can affect you despite your status. As I like to recall, the Archmages imprisoned my immortal form before, for centuries or even millennia.
yes, admittedly, I don't plan waiting that long to get this plan into action.
Oh, basically, by the way, Emberlyn, basically, because you know the Ifriti inside you, it's like, I was like, yeah, you should probably not mess around with things with Archmage stuff like that again. You were lucky that this was the worst result, because it could have been probably worse considering Erica's immortal form was sealed away for that long. And that is not an easy feat, you know that.
Yeah. Problem is, I still have a Lona stuck inside me, so I'm influenced in a way.
Clearly your grip might have been a bit too. Your deal might have been too sudden. It didn't have time to fester. You were impatient, weren't you? The answer is yes.
I don't answer. I don't give her that information. Why would I?
Because she already knows.
Oh. Okay. I don't
Either.
really like her anyway.
Are we going? Poppy was just already walking back towards the Underdark.
Yes.
And Erica leads the bamboozled fairy with her. And you
Yes,
all
I believe we have Duragar to negotiate with and a drow to set up on a date.
Mhm. Yeah, basically. So you have your love potion, you have your ale, you have everything. Do you return first home to your house to recoup?
Mhm.
Considering someone has been wasting a lot of spell slots.
Probably smart idea to get a short rest. If they recover spell slots, right?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
meditation works.
No, only the long rest do.
But I can still do the meditation thing, right?
Oh yeah, you still have that.
You're not the only one who burned your spell slots.
So you all head back into the city.
Yep.
What time of the day is it? Like,
It's late in the afternoon now.
do we really want to leave here in the afternoon or evening, or should we head out tomorrow morning?
Morning would be best.
No, this is the other dark theme. Never mind. Wrong one. That's why did I put that song? No, that's for if you encounter. Was it this one? I pressed. No, that's a different one. God damn it! I lost the song. Ah. Oh wait, this is the one. There it is. There we go. So, you all go back into the city and back to the house. There, boom. Very simple. It takes some time, but you eventually find your way back to the Underdark City, back to the Archmage City, and head back to your house in the middle of the street. Your house. And therefore, you all come back and yeah, you notice that in the living room, someone exploded the stove.
Was that the fairy?
Yes. Erica says yes.
What did they do?
I would say they wanted to cook the most fabulous of pies without much magical power and started to shake and kick the device while trying to cast several things, and the combination was kind of implosive, actually.
Ah. Well, there are mages capable of mending devices like this. But I'm not one of them, so good night.
It is a good thing the pantry can oh, I'm only cat. What do you want, cat? There you go. Can create us almost any type of meal that doesn't require cooking. Anyway, she should be returning back to normal within an hour or two. I'm more surprised that she's walking in her current state, if anything. That is some strong resilience. So, what's the plan, people?
Get something to eat, maybe?
Yes.
That sounds good.
So you all get a meal. You all take several parts of take your own kinds of meal, whatever spell slots you want to use to go ahead, because you're gonna long rest after, so you're gonna get it back. So you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Ooh, fancy meal.
Mm-hmm. And you eat a little bit. Well, it's a bit early for dinner, but not super early. It is late in the afternoon. And Cat, could you not? Cat.
That's all right. My familiar isn't going to complain at getting food.
So you all take your eat, and you still have an evening to do. Anything you want to discuss or do or talk about for the evening? Cat.
No.
No. No discussions, no talks, no anything.
So,
Yeah, I'm. Oh,
what should we do first, do you reckon? Go after the Drow or go after the Duragar?
Which one is closer?
That's
Nope.
well, that's easy for you to decide. That the closest would be the Drugar. They're on the same level. The Drow are on a deeper level. That's mostly uncharted.
So I guess the Drogar will be easiest.
I suppose, yeah, we see if we can get the Alliance, then we see if we can get the magic, and then we go about using it.
makes sense.
Sounds good.
Okay, so that's your plan of attack.
Mm-hmm. And I look at Aussies again.
Ozzy smiles back.
So, what happened while I was in the different states?
Well, we found them. They didn't want us to come. You wanted to go, so I followed. Cast illusion. You went to illusion. Well, I was like, no, we should stick with them. So I followed you. You wanted to fireball a door because it was closed. Didn't
Okay.
work. You tried another door. Also didn't want to open. Then you wanted to play hide and seek. Grabbed you the first time. Then you were like, well, let's get out of here. Eventually you found a window. You went through it. Was the 7th story, so ouch, I followed. Then you cast invisibility again and fly, I think, maybe. And I lost you. And then we found you again.
Wait, no, hang on.
Doesn't
You
sound-
followed her out of the window.
No. We didn't fly her out of the window.
Is that what the massive crater was when we found you?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, it could have been worse, but if that's all that happened, then
Yeah, I think that's the most important things.
alright, at least we're on the same page about that.
Mhm. Okay then.
Oh, right. Yeah. You really didn't want to stay with me, so I said we were married. You know, that way you were at least interested enough to stay with me.
Just...
Now, let's eat. I'm hungry.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's ignore this. Yes, that sounds.
All right. I'm
So there's
guessing
not
you.
going to be a wedding?
Not that I'm aware of. Didn't make any plans.
Oh, shame. I had a best man speech prepared.
Well, you wouldn't be the best man anyway.
Anything else?
No.
Then
Nope.
Okay, then you may all take your long rest.
Yippee.
Another day passes by. So, with that, you're gonna know in the next morning you took an extra long rest. You decide to just take it easy, wake up, and you're all refreshed and ready to go. So, it's time to go. Are we all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cat, could you watch it? And no, she's not watching it. No.
Ah, yes, it's time to leave the city. quiet for a bit. No offense, Poppy. That's. I mean, so we can get on with the mission.
For some reason, Rathbun didn't want to go. So, you all, even with the fairy who's now been fully mind recovered, head down into the actual Underdark, not this sub-Underdark stuff. This is technically a sub-Underdark, like, in between. It's weird. Or there's a higher plane. Anyway, we're going back to the... No, I wanted to move everyone here. Cat, I'm getting sick of you. You're now returned into the Underdark. You are here at the surface lands. You arrive at the camp where there's multiples. Oh, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Yeah, okay.
What?
No, I heard some beeps. It's like, oh, I know. Someone says, oh, I'm doing this. Like, oh, I know what you're doing. Anyway, you're now in you're now back at the campsite where there's multiple Chimerians walking around. And it isn't a far jaunt to get to where the Grey are located, because they're over here to the southwest. But it's still quite some while away, and it's through a non-roaded path.
Well, we're gonna have to make the trip anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, stick together, have each other's backs, and hopefully we can get there in one piece.
Mm-hmm. So, you start heading south west. You have a map? Come on, cat. Stop with the tail smacking. It's moving the mouse. Yeah, she's putting her butt next to the mouse map, but her tail keeps waving. I keep telling her to not do that. So, you head southwest, down into the Underdark, in the place that's not very well lit. Hello, cat. Yeah, she's doing that. Come here, you. Before you start doing things. As you head towards the southwest, would anyone like to look around and get some feel of the area?
Sure. Perception?
Perception.
Okay.
21. So, you look around and you start to get a bit of a feel of the land. You know you're heading southwest and it's quite a walk, but you do notice that in the distance you do hear running water, like an underground river. So if you would ever feel like you're getting lost, you might be able to get a distinction of where you're going by staying near the river and following which direction the flow is going. Like, that will be a useful, point.
Map marker, basically.
Yeah, because if you know which way the river flows, you can either go against the flow, with the flow as a marker of which way you're going.
Yep.
Anyway, is that all?
For now.
Mm-hmm.
I do point out the river to everyone so that we can keep an eye on that.
Okay.
So the silver bell pretty much speaks up and goes. So, see, the Underdark is really, 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 really dark. Never been here before.
That's why it's called Underdark. Because it's dark.
Yeah, but I thought it would be darker because it's underdark, so it's under the darkness, and that would assume that it's darkness under darkness, so that must be more dark, right?
Now you're being silly.
I don't know, the deeper you go, the maybe the darker it gets.
How deep does the underdark go anyway? Then Erica speaks up. Very, very deep. If one would fall from the surface to the depths of the Underdark, well, the only one who would survive that are the ancient gods themselves. That is how deep it is. She goes, oh. So falling from that high would kill all of us, right? It's like, now you're getting
Yeah,
it.
let's not.
And like I was like, even you, there is no amount of magic to move the Underdark in such a way than if of an ancient god itself as well. Even I, at my prime, could not make a hole that deep appear all of a sudden within the Underdark. That would be incredibly difficult and precise. And you go like, huh, 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 huh. More people could do it. Absolute size, everyone's like, of course you said more people. Of course. No one is surprised when she mentioned more people. Of course the Feywild probably has some sort of more people. Whatever. It's the Feywilds. So I was like, and she goes like, no response? Oh. I wanted to talk about the mole people. They eat worms, you know.
Ooh, what kind of worms?
Oh. It depends. They love hunting these giant worms that could eat houses.
Ooh. What kind of houses?
We're talking about a house the size of a normal human house. These worms are really about as big as like the size of 5 houses, and they sometimes come up and eat houses and these mole people find them a delicacy. So they love hunting them because they with their claws could tear out of them with ease, and it can get pretty messy.
Exciting.
Cat jumped off my nuts.
I didn't feel any of that.
No, but I
Don't
did.
you love it when cats have to climb you with their claws out?
No, she put her full weight and jumped off my nuts.
Oh, yeah, that's worse.
It got softened a bit, but still.
My brother's big male cat has got a habit of climbing on to me with his claws out and then jumping off and sticking me on the way in the process. Little bastard.
You need to calm down, cat. Okay, I'm fine now. Anyway, exciting mole people stories aside, you have to still put along it, and as you keep walking and conversing about things, your little fairy companion always tries to find a way to tell a story about the Feywilds, and well, they talk about many things, like the beautiful rose tangle garden where you, if you ever enter, would get lost for a century. as the roses are alive and keep moving the walls around, and it will entangle you. It won't kill you, but it will definitely keep you there for a while just for fun. Eventually, you keep walking, and while Ozzy's staff lights the way, you do feel like you don't see any points of interest in the distance anymore. It's like you're in a part of the Underdark where you're not sure where you are. You're probably somewhere along the path here. Here, maybe? Or here? Or here. Like, you don't know. You're in that distinct area. God dang it, that's gone. So. And, you've been at least walking for more than an hour. You're not really sure. Time kind of is hard to track within the Underdark. That is one of the most tiring things about the Underdark. You have no idea how much time passes because you don't have a sun. You had the sun a moment. You had the sun yesterday, but today, nope. Back to this artificial light and darkness. And, can all of you roll me a perception check? Also roll for Erica. So, from lowest to highest, Ozius, you walk in, and with you leading the light, you're looking around. It's like, you know, the Underdark is not so bad. It's not as dangerous as you thought it would be. You thought you would be attacked by skeletons by now, or at least more of those flying abominations or anything. It's like, yeah, you know what? You can hear maybe a little bit of cave noise, and if you were a turtle hermit, you would probably feel very much at home right now. But otherwise, you don't notice anything. Amberlyn, you had the sensation that within the rocks, within several locations, you know, there are piles of rocks everywhere, or higher levels, lower levels. You have a feeling that something is stalking nearby, but you can't really pinpoint where it is. But you do have the feeling that something's nearby. Lucas, Poppy, same thing. You notice you have a sense that there's something nearby, something stalking nearby. You try to listen in for it, and you notice that indeed from a higher level that there are two distinct sounds moving about. Something is following you. As for Erica, eventually stops moving, and you see her eyes dart around. She's like, and then she turns, and then she's looking in a certain direction.
I'm so glad there's nothing else besides us here. I feel so safe.
I'm not too sure about that one.
You're imagining things.
And then your silver fairy speaks up. Oh no, there's something nearby. There's two big cats nearby. Weird cats, but big cats.
Kitty?
And Erica looks at the fairies like, I believe you meant to say that those are not regular cats. And the fairy goes like, oh, they seem to be cats. I mean, look. Points into a direction of where there's some rocks. Behind those rocks, they're over there. Fucking fairy rolled a nat 20.
So,
So of course she knows what it is and what she saw, and in her own fairy way, not even slightly alerted.
Okay.
Over
Is
there?
there a rock or pebble or something I can find on the ground?
Yes. You're in the Underdark.
Okay, I pick one up, I cast light on it, and I throw it in that general direction.
Dexterity. See where it lands.
God. I don't see anything there.
You just threw the rock a few feet in front of you. It's like, I don't see anything over there. That wasn't.
I did my best.
You see the fair looking at the rock. It's like, oh, now we can see more a few feet ahead, so that's good. Erica's like face palming.
Where exactly is this creature?
Oh, two of them over there, hidden behind those rocks on the higher level, right over there, and little bit of to the right, and a little bit up there.
Okay,
Let's
you
throw
throw
a
the
fireball.
rock towards it.
Roughly, what sort of distance would you say that is? If you had to guess.
I'd say around 1,000 fairies. I like to point out that she has no indication of what feet are. She measured that in fairies. And remember, she's probably thinking of her size as a normal fairy.
I'll throw a
Sensible
fireball 1,000 fairies away. Over the rock.
I presume she's not thinking current size, she's thinking actual miniature.
Okay, so 1,000 fairies, that's 1 mega fairy. That should be doable.
Well,
One
how long is 1,000 fairies?
It's a mega fairy.
I trust you. I'm asking intelligence.
Then why are you asking me?
So,
I just told you. I'm asking intelligence.
Evelyn, are you actually throwing this fireball in that general direction?
Why not?
You don't know where you're targeting, by the way. You're just throwing it right now in that direction. Okay.
It might not even be hostile.
Roll a D100 to see
Oh no.
what kind of effects it might have and if you're hitting it. Wow. Even though you in an instant you didn't even think about you just look at where they were pointing and then you think 1,000 fairies. Okay, 1,000 fairies, and then you remembered. Wait, what is 1,000 fairies and where am I throwing? And what am I throwing it at? In your trying to make sense what 1,000 fairies are, and if a fairy is a foot size, so you think 1,000 foot for some reason at that point, you completely overshot it. Yeah, you look in the distance and it's like, but you missed your target. Whatever you exploded some random rocks, but nothing was hit clearly.
Oh well, I wouldn't miss a chance to cast fireball, right?
Did we see it though?
You do see okay, perception check, everyone, real quick, from the explosion.
Perception? Okay.
Because if it's overshooting, it's going over it.
So you can see, yeah, you're right. Even the explosion would cast a shadow.
Look, that's what I rolled last time.
Fairy doesn't see shit. She got one of the worst rolls possible. Not the worst, second worst. That's just enough. So, in that explosion where light flies over the scene, and it explodes. You do see several shadows being cast, and one shadow. It takes a moment. Poppy, you do see a shadow, and the only thing you could make out is that it does look feline in nature, but that's it. You can't really discern anything. Everyone else, including Erica, with a 19 plus modifier, so yes. You all see two large shadows of a lion-like creature. But that's not all the features you see. You also see wings and a snake-like tail.
Oh shit.
New potential companion?
Anyone who rolled, well, higher than Poppy may make a nature check to see what you think it might be. Poppy, you're excluded because you can't make it out. Aussies, you have no idea what it is. That is already it.
Oh,
Me, the player. I know what this is. Me, the character. No.
Cat.
we totally synced up.
So, Emberlyn and Ausius,
Oh my god.
you'd think a lion with wings. No, it can't have wings. So that's probably a shadow. It's a lion for some. What kind of lion? The Underdark lion, I guess. Like, whatever. Could also just be a small cat, after all. An Underdark cat. The shadows were kind of unclear. Lucas, you try to figure out what kind of creature would have that kind of features, and what would be in the Underdark, and you try to figure out, and yeah, you do know this is definitely a large predator, and it is not something you want to fight. You're not sure if it's alerted, but you do know you should be careful. So, that's the information you get. Yeah, it is exactly what I think most of you know what it is as a player. And and I will say to the players right now, yes, it is a manticore. I'm not even gonna hide that at this point anymore. These are manticores. So now you have to decide how you're gonna handle this situation.
Well, no need to anger it. Let's go.
Well, you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know if it's a manticore, but yeah, you can decide whatever you want.
Yeah. They're not attacking us, so it's probably a friendly kitty.
Lucas, anything to add?
Miss Fairy, you saw that thing first. Any idea how long it's been following us?
I noticed it the last 5 minutes, so I guess 5 minutes.
I don't think it's going to walk away without a fight somehow.
So, You don't want to fight it, so we have to avoid it somehow, right?
Probably a good idea.
Feely?
Okay. So, I won't know how to not that make it angry. Nerka just goes and shakes her head. The answer is simple. simply make sure we don't look like prey and we don't attack it. Erica looks at you, Emberlyn.
Okay, well, that's not a fireball then.
Only if it's heading our way. So, how do you proceed? Because if you just walk, you need to be tactical about your movement. How are you gonna approach this?
Very carefully.
I cast light on my quarterstaff again, and I just proceed walking. No need to fear this.
Okay. Does everyone just follow normally?
Sure.
Yeah.
For those who've already cleared the perception checks, you're still being followed by these creatures. It's like they can track you very, very easily.
Mm.
What do you do?
Do we know how they're tracking us? Can we find out?
I don't know. You're in the darkness. You're basically in the Underdark where there's a lot of darkness, and I don't know.
Oh, we have a light.
Yeah.
Uh, well, Altis, maybe you should dim the light for a moment.
But that
Try to get rid of
might.
them.
Then they might engage us.
Well, they're tracking us with that light.
Okay. I turn off the light.
Okay, the darkness fully bays over you. And, yeah, you're now in very much in a very dark part of the Underdark with these creatures nearby. The fairy goes, "Oh, this is pretty dark." And Erica goes like, "Just try not to speak loud." Do you still walk through the darkness?
I can't see shit.
Does anyone have a form of dark vision?
I have 120 feet of dark vision.
But
Well-
is it still dark
60
though?
feet.
Because we have a fire genasi.
Oh!
There is a bit of light coming from the hair. You are right. And it's like,
Huh?
so you still have a light. So when the boss lights, then you all turn towards Emberlyn's hair, and everyone's like, and you see Erica goes, "It's a good aesthetic choice, but moving in darkness clearly gives you a disadvantage."
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
The creatures are still nearby. I mean, that's obvious, but they're not moving closer yet. Or
You could cast invisibility on yourself.
That is a good idea.
Just
You
stay
can-
close.
do you cast invisibility?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Emberlyn's invisible, and now you're in full darkness. And now she's got, and now your fairy friend goes, "This is really, really dark." And you see Erica go, "If anyone can see in the dark, please lead the way. Most of us are short-sighted within darkness."
how we're supposed to lead the way.
I'm going to attempt to find Poppy's shoulder and put my hand on it.
Mm-hmm. You do that.
Do we have a rope?
Yes, you have a rope.
Okay. I grab the rope and I tie it around my my waist and then give it to Lucas.
I feel like this is going to regret this. I tie it around my waist and try and find somebody else to pass it to.
Ozias, that's you.
Yep, I'll take the rope.
Of course, everyone joins in, even the fairy. Even though she can see just fine, but she doesn't understand it. Just goes along with it. And, Emberlyn, you do know if you would tie yourself to this rope, you would kind of, sort of be able, you will be revealed almost instantly because there's now a rope tied around you, and a floating rope means people will eventually figure your illusion out, even these beasts. Best not to tie the rope around your waist.
That makes sense, and I can see them anyhow, so
Okay,
I
so you
just
can
follow
stay
them.
nearby, so you have no problems. Dark vision, yay!
Mm-hmm.
So you all gently start walking through the darkness. Being slow, try not to agitate this group of...
Whatever
well,
they are.
yeah, whatever they are for you. And you keep walking. Do you go at a slow pace to not agitate these creatures?
For the
Are they
moment.
still, are they still following?
It depends. I'm asking how fast you're going.
I think slowly and deliberately, because if we run, we're going to look like prey. So,
Like, just not really just a brisk walk, just not really running, but not going mega slow at the very least.
oh
Okay.
God, we've become power walkers. No,
Considering that I'm one of the shorter ones, that's gonna be like normal walking for everyone else.
fair.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't have that disadvantage. So you all just decide to walk at the brisk pace. Try not to these creatures. They still for the ones who don't have dark vision, you have no clue what these creatures are. Those who have dark vision have seen it before. They're still stalking nearby, but they're not going at the same pace as before. They haven't sped up, but they're slowing down.
Are we good?
Well,
I
you're still
think so.
technically being followed,
Yeah.
but the distance between you and these creatures are increasing slowly.
Okay, that's a good sign, I guess.
Let's just keep walking.
Just keep on going.
Tells to me if they're big cats, they can probably see in the dark. Especially if they live in the Underdark.
You'd think that, but
Mm-hmm.
let's not question good fortune.
So you keep tracking down this path, slowly but surely. And eventually, you do not perceive these creatures anymore. The distance has become too great.
Well, looks like we lost them.
Which is good. Phew!
Behold, you have basically played this part. So, you have moved a bit more, and do you stay as you are right now? Or do you turn
For
the
the
light
moment.
back on? Or do you turn the lights back on?
Let's. I think it's better to do a little longer and then we move. We turn the lights on.
Okay. For how many minutes?
Like about 5 minutes of walking, I would say.
Okay.
Sure.
So you walk for 5 more minutes, and then after that, you think you are in the clear.
Okay, I think we can turn the lights back on.
Okay. Do you cast light on your staff?
Sure.
And thus, the darkness has been re-illuminated by the light of your cleric. The beacon of shining light. Your DM is being extra symbolic today. And Fire goes, light. Feels much nicer like this. More color.
Shoot
Nice.
you!
Because now I see that type of gray, and that type of gray, and that type of gray. A lot of gray here. That mouse is green, though. Nerka just shrugs. At least we avoided those beasts. So. How far is it still toward before we encounter these Drugar?
Should be nearby, right?
Who has the map?
Well, you're uploaded in the map. And you
So, but
So if the manticores were about here, you're probably somewhere around here now. Does that make
yeah,
sense?
seems like we're close.
So you decide to keep walking. And yeah, some more time passes. Still have no idea how much time is passing, and your fairy friend is a little bit bored and starts singing a little song. She sings a lovely song about raindrops and spring and the flowers blooming. Quite good at singing. You'd think you'd think she would make a great bard one day, but then you remember she's also a fairy, and how would a fairy bard work? But aside, at least she gives a nice. Her singing is not unpleasant. Let's just say this. It's very nice for the ear, so you don't feel bothered by it. Probably the least offensive thing she could do right now. Even Erica just seems to be fine with it. Anyway, you keep heading towards where you've got the Drugar. And eventually you do in the distance see a large shadow start appearing in the distance. Within the darkness, you definitely know that in the distance there appears to be some sort of structure coming up in the distance, and you do see also little light sources on this structure. It appears in the distance there is to be a large city with several with at least, I'd say, 6 stories high walls with all kinds of lights in there. It will still take a bit, but you can already see it appearing in the distance. Any response?
That's where we're going, right?
so.
Okay. So I'm guessing you're still going to keep heading straight.
Yeah, if that's the direction what's going, then yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You keep heading towards the direction. Towards this large-looking structure of some sort. Eventually, you have the sense of something coming into your way. I would like everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Yep.
Ah, crap.
Crap.
Oh, Lucas? Lucas? Hey on. Hey on.
Yeah,
Did you roll dexterity yet?
sorry. Apologies, Kotlol, technical difficulties.
Okay. So, everyone except Lucas succeeded. Failed, I mean. Failed. Only Lucas succeeded. Other way around.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I was like, what?
No, I was like, what? No, it's not reversed. No, but everyone but Lucas succeeded. That's the sentence. Everyone failed. And I like to point out the thing you failed to is that a large weighted net was fired in your direction and it captures you all. It's a steel net, so don't even think you're going to burn it out. You're all pinned by a steel net, except Lucas.
Nice.
Erica's like, from all the dang things. And the fairy goes like, I don't like being under metal. And then you see Eric goes, you're coated in it technically. Yeah, but this is a different metal. Lucas, what do you do? As the only one under the net, what do you do?
Is the only one not under the net, you mean?
No, not the only one not under the net. What do you do?
Heck.
You okay?
I'm not quite as my real life intelligence is not fucking mod +5. I do not think that fast under pressure. Fuck it. Rope trick.
You rope freaking out of there?
Leaving us.
Cut open the net, maybe?
It's steel.
Help us,
Don't
maybe?
care.
Do something.
I haven't got
Oh.
anything that could cut the net open. Whoever threw it is coming here. So I'm going to rope trick, pull the rope up so that I can observe from the pocket dimension and not get caught. And then possibly do something else.
Okay. So, Lucas, you just rope trick on out of there and make sure you are not going to get caught as the sneaky rogue you are. And then you hear it. Footsteps coming towards you. Drum, 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 drum. And before you know it, standing next to a net is a group of dark-skinned dwarves. It doesn't take long for you all to figure out these are Drugar. And naturally, they just fired a net at you from some sort of cannon. You can hear, oh, nice shot. Looks like we got some new. What are we going to use them for? And you see everyone go, oh, they could work in the mines, but I really like mining. Maybe some sort of gladiator thing. Been a while since we've done that. Or maybe something else. And then the firman goes, even so, why would anyone, who would even wander out here? This is our lands. Who would even wander out here in our lands?
Hey!
Quite available. God damn it. God damn it, Moon. God damn it, Moon.
That wasn't me.
Okay, who did that?
That was me.
God damn it, Z. God damn it, Z. Anyway. It's like, hey, look, and then look at you, it's like, right, they can hear us. They're not knocked out. So, they're pinned. They're stuck under this thing. They're gonna.
And not giving you the booze.
And you see them look at each other. What booze? Didn't order any booze.
The booze that we got you for a present if you were gonna help us. But now you're not getting any.
You see this group of Druger all looking at each other and discussing anything, and they're like, and then one of them will just say, "What the actual hell are you meaning with that?"
You're not getting it now.
And then you can hear someone say, "Loot 'em, loot 'em, loot 'em, loot 'em." They don't have the context, and you might have just pissed them off to some degree by talking like that.
We come in peace. Bearing presents.
You see one of them walk over to you and they'll look at you. So you got some silvery people over here, and they come in peace with preparing gifts and presents. Isn't people in silver some sort of holy kind of thing? And it's like, to some, but to us, what is silver worth? We want gold. If it's golden people, sure, we would accept them and they can give all the gold they want. Golden gods, yay! But these are silver. Silver is like the third best thing, fourth, maybe even fifth. And it's like, and goes, platinum is more worth gold, you know. Yeah, but it doesn't have the same spark and shine. And for some reason you get the discussion about which metal is better to them. You just see them rambling towards each other. It's kind of awkward.
How close are they to the net stroke rope trick hole at this point?
Huh? They don't notice the rope trick hole. They just think they got everyone.
And like I said, how close are they to it and or the net?
About 60 feet.
Closer would be nice.
Like, all right. Look. They come bearing gifts. They may have silver. Silver is still useful. You can still exchange silver for gold. Maybe they have gold too. How about we hear them out for the very least? I mean, who else in the Underdark would come here looking for us, giving presents, than people who are looking for us and giving presents? And it's like, they could be thieves trying to take our riches. And it's like, well, we can steal it back from them. I mean, if they're in our city, where did it go? We can just shoot them. He's like, oh yeah, true. It's like, and you see him, you just see him all talking, and there's like, Eric goes like, clearly they have no idea. They have no cohesion in their debates. All right. Look, guys on the net, from which direction did you come? Did you fall down here? Did you fall down the river? Did you come from another level of the Underdark? Look, we need some context here.
Poppy just points as best as she can from under the net.
That's a random direction to us. We need words. It doesn't look like we can see that far. Come on, girlie.
Fine. Direction of the forest of what is that forest called again? Because someone crossed it out.
Forest
Evergiving.
of Evergiving.
Yeah. Forest of Evergiving.
Forest of Evergiving. Forest of Evergiving. Hey, do you know what the Forest of Evergiving is? It's like, no. Oh, I know what it is. Isn't that those weird stone-armed people's thing, or the Horde people? Are they from? Don't they have dibs on that? It's like, oh yeah, they have dibs on that because there's no gold there. It's like, yeah. So what would you care for some stinky forest? I mean, we can get some wood, but you can also just get wood from any other tree. And it's like, there's no trees growing here except there. It's like, yeah, but we can just go up and get wood from above ground somehow, right? It's like, yes, but that's still expensive. They understand that, you bloody idiots. Seriously, which one of you have been drinking this morning? And you see most of them raise their arms. Damn it, people! We've already discussed. Morning drinks were forbidden. We get double as much during lunch. And it's like, yeah, but we want more than... She's a bubbly, but we want more than that. And somebody goes like, yeah, but if you do it sneaky in the morning and you get double at lunch, that means more booze for everyone. And it's like, well, you do have a point there, but still, come on.
This one's smart.
Yeah. Lucas, I'd see the DM and knew you did. These don't look like that at all. Don't worry.
Bollocks.
They just look like your typical Drugar from what you can see. Okay. Look. They come from the Horde people lands, which means we loot them? No, you stupid idiot. If we loot them, we piss off the Horde people. They start having a tizzy fit. We start going into a magical brawl again, which means we have to spend more gold. They all said in unison. Exactly. Because a lot of expensive magics that they will use, they can use it without using gold, or they have plenty of gold, and our gold is limited.
Exactly, and during that period, you cannot mine, which means even more gold lost. Ah,
See, the silver guy gets it. So, if they do anything funny, we just light the flare and they will start bombing the shit out of this place. Sure, we will get hit, but that's the least we can do. Is everyone okay with that? They all nod, and they all step, and the rest of the group steps away. It's like, oh, now you're all cowardly. Very, very funny. Let the smart one do it. Let the one who doesn't drink in the morning do it. Idiots, I swear. So, okay. It's not keeping it down. It's kind of heavy, but there's a trick to it. And he pulls out from a bag a glove, puts it on it, holds his hand out towards it, and the net starts hovering over your heads away, and then he does that, flick, and the net flies to the side. It's like, there. You can now stand up and talk. Do anything funny. One of them will throw a flare, and then this whole place gets boomed. And I don't like being boomed. So come on. Okay, strangers. What the hell do you even want? With your betting gifts.
Poppy gets up and just dusts off her pants real quick. Also, she removed her hat so they can now see that she has a horn as well.
She's like, oh, you're a small-horned person. Oh, bloody great, it's a horned person. Okay. Let's protocol. What was
racist.
protocol? Protocol. It means you guys want to talk about the deal. Okay, let's hope it's a good deal, because we want more gold. And a lot of gold, in fact. Maybe with some platinum. Not silver. Silver is not something we really want, but mostly gold and platinum. Okay? Good. So, I guess I gotta take you in. But not as prisoners, but as guests. Do you guys understand this?
Yeah.
Okay. And those
So
who
if we
Prisoners
could
sound good.
mimic.
Sorry, what?
Guests and not prisoners sounds good to me.
Yeah. Also, he shouts to the rest. Look, they're with the horn people. There might be a change in the deal again. Maybe we'll get a new gold mine. And everyone's like, and everyone got such cheering. Yay! I was like, I said maybe, you bloody idiots.
So if we could fake a flare, we would all get bombed. That's crazy.
And you see the Druga just looking at you, is like shaking his head. Like, please do not get us bombed. Cannons
Yeah,
are-
you're right. I would have to heal people. That's annoying.
Right. So anyway, I have to get you to Land of Echoes, and probably you have to have someone with a higher status go through the deal, and then they will send you on your merry way. Look, I would like to do it all for myself, but we have protocols, and protocols were needed because, well,
Even higher status than you? That's possible? I thought we had a leader here.
leader of those chuckle fucks.
Ah. I'm honored.
Right. Oh. You see him looking at everyone. All right. At least if we get them safe, we might get morning ale officially. And everyone starts shouting, "Yay!" again. But I do know what the guys did behind my back. You all owe me an ale. And everyone's like mumbling once it gets like,
How much does a morning ale cost?
depends on the quality. In upper dweller terms, it's like 2 silver per mug.
How many of them are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13. I thought there were 12 of us. Did somebody bring their cousin? And you see them all looking at each other. It's like, huh? It's like, you
know what?
It's like, I'm a
I'll
cousin
cover
of
the
yours.
charge for that. I'll
Ooh.
pay that. Here's 26 silver.
He just takes it. It's like, 1, 2. Okay, now you're talking my language. Puts the money away. So he got drunk.
Oh,
You hear one of them go, "Sorry, got drunk, follow drunk patrol." And it's like, really? Well, at least you got me extra gold, so extra silver. So I'm happy. So you know what? I'll forgive you and pretend it didn't happen. Just stop drinking morning ale. And all right, go on, this way. And I guess you all decide to follow, and one of the Drugar follows really. One of the Drugars gets behind you and follows really closely. And with that, I think we're gonna call it.
With Lucas still hiding in the in his rope
Yep.
trick.
Yeah, this is being left behind.
So, with that said, thank you all for all coming. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Today's session is now ended with being pulled into the Drugar lands. But what awaits within the lands of the Drugar? Is the ale and bribe enough? And are the Drugar as nice and stupid as these guys, or are there gonna be problems ahead? We're gonna have to find out next time. So, with that said, it is goodbye from the Dungeon Master. It is goodbye from a Poppy.
Bye.
It is goodbye from an Emberlyn.
Bye, everyone.
It is goodbye from a Ozius.
Bye.
And it's a goodbye from he's in the hole.
Howard.
And with that,
Well, into the safe place.
all right, stay charged and catch you all next time. Bye bye.